It's June 2025 and I'm alive and well. When I was 12 years old, I got my first diagnosis for mental illness, and for most of my teen years, it was an uphill battle to get healthy. Recently, I found a video I filmed at one of the darkest points of my life.
Bad joke. That hurt my feelings. That hurt my feelings.
Kinumpirma ng Kapuso TV host na si Emman Atienza na iuuwi sa Pilipinas ang labi ng namayapa niyang anak na si Emman Atienza. Muling nagbigay ng mensahe ng pasasalamat si Kuya Kim sa lahat ng mga taong patuloy na nakikiramay sa kanilang pamilya sa biglaang pagyao ni Emman. Kasabay nito ang announcement ng tinaguriang trivia master na ibuburol ang labi ng anak sa bansa upang madalaw at makapagpaalam sa kanya ng personal ang kanilang mga pamilya at kaibigan. Abot langit ang pasasalamat ng TV host sa lahat ng nagpadala ng mensahe ng pakikiramay sa pinagdaraanan ngayon ng kanilang pamilya. Thank you so much for all the messages of comfort to the family. Simulang mensahe ni Kuya Kim sa caption ng kanyang post. We may not be able to reply, but we appreciate you all. Details of the wake in Manila will follow. Emman will be home. Anya pa, ibinahagi ng pamilya ni Kuya Kim sa publiko ang pagpanaw ni Emman noong Biyernes, Oktubre sa Amerika sa edad na 19. Kahapon, nagbahagi ang kapatid ng Pumanaw na content creator na si Emman Atienza ng kanyang mensahe sa pamamagitan ng social media. I miss you, Emman. With everything that I am and will ever be, I see you in the sunlight between the tree canopy, and in the endless stars I know must be there, hidden by the city lights. We were supposed to co-create a better world where our children could play together, and we could laugh knowing we fought and struggled to build this. And we could laugh knowing we fought and struggled to build this for them. I hope this message reaches you wherever you are. Call me soon, okay? Ang mensahe pa niya sa namayapang kapatid.
I'm coming clean. If you followed my content for a while, you know I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder in my mid-teens. This means that I'd have phases of extreme happiness called manic episodes and phases of extreme sadness called depressive episodes, and each of them lasted around a couple weeks. Even though it was very obvious to me whenever I was in a depressive episode, manic episodes were much more complex and it was much harder to tell when I was in one. So oftentimes I didn't know the difference between a manic episode and healing. Throughout my battle with mental health, I think one of my biggest insecurities was the way that I looked. Basically, I always thought that I was super unattractive, and I would often spiral about this whenever I was in a depressive episode. A telltale sign of me being in a manic episode, however, was if I got super obsessed with anything related to self-care or self-improvement. For example, I'd get really obsessed with the gym. I'd post about it everywhere. I'd talk about it all the time. I'd be controlling my diet obsessively. Another example is skincare. I was so obsessed with it to the point where I had like a 20-step skincare routine, and I'd have to wake up at like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. before going to school to do all the steps of my skincare routine. My natural skin is very sensitive, so it would often leave my skin like peeling, itching, irritated, etc. It got to the point where my obsession would affect my work and studies because I was so obsessed. And this whole obsession was in the pursuit of beauty in this tiis ganda culture. I'm sorry for my pronunciation. Whenever I got into these episodes, I'd always think that all of this work and effort would be worth it because eventually I'd reach this beauty standard that I set for myself. I'd think that it was me healing and that I'd finally be happy, and then I'd hit a depressive episode again and I'd feel like I went all the way back to where I started. I'd become depressed again, I'd lose the hyperfixation, and I'd be left feeling even worse than before. It was just this constant cycle of false hope followed by an even bigger depressive episode. But why do we go to such lengths for the sake of beauty in this tiis ganda culture? My point is, you don't need to sacrifice your sanity just to feel beautiful. I've gotten a rise in hate comments recently due to a certain political post that I made. I'm not gonna name any names, but there are definitely death threats in my message requests right now. Anyway, someone commented on my Instagram calling me a shrimp. And if you don't know what a shrimp is as an insult, it basically means you're biting the head off and you only eat the body, you don't eat the head. Basically saying I have an ugly face but a nice body. And in my head, I'm just like, okay, you think that's an insult? Like, okay, my body tea, that's all I'm hearing. You could have just said I was ugly. You could have said I was disgusting. But no, I'm a shrimp. Even when the guy was trying to hate on me, he was still like pretty much giving me a compliment because I'm pretty comfortable with how I look. And he just gave me a compliment saying I had a good body, so... Or just in general, I find it really strange when people use mid as an insult. Because you could just call me disgusting. You could call me ugly. You could call me like a bottom feeder, the mold that leaches off the bottom of the ocean. I don't even fucking know. But you're deciding to call me mid. Which basically means I'm not ugly, so... I bet after I post this, everyone's gonna be up in my comment section telling me that I'm ugly and gross. But it was fun while it lasted. Keep calling me a shrimp. You want me? Admit it! I live in the Philippines, which is a very conservative country, and I have quite leftist beliefs, so I am no stranger to getting backlash for my personal beliefs. If you're not from the Philippines, I'll catch you up. Gay marriage is illegal, divorce is illegal, abortion is illegal, and there's a whole movement of people who want to ban contraceptives like condoms. So yeah, we're quite a conservative country. I've gotten death threats solely because of my political beliefs. People on burner accounts messaging me every day telling me how stupid I am. So I'm no stranger to getting backlash. So why do I share them? Because they're my beliefs, and I feel like more people need to speak up. So relating it back to the specific video that this person commented on, I think that social media is a huge echo chamber, a cesspool of groupthink and pretty much sheeple. I don't mean to sound like a old man yelling at a cloud right now, but a lot of people just kind of like to bounce off of what everyone else believes. And I personally don't want to follow that culture. I know my personal beliefs. I know my morals. I know I'm not fat phobic. I know I don't want to go back to eating disorder culture. I know what I like. I know what my morals are, essentially. And I don't mean to sound egotistical, but I think there need to be more people like me on the internet that share their beliefs regardless of how much hate they think they're gonna get. Of course, when I say this, I'm excluding extremist beliefs like fascism. But in general, people just need to say they don't like things that everyone likes more, or that they like things that not everyone else likes more. Because we're losing originality. People are too scared to say that they like a song because everyone else hates that song. People are too scared to say that they find a celebrity attractive because God forbid they sound like a pick-me, God forbid they have a preference that isn't what everyone else thinks. I think having originality and also having your own beliefs regardless of what everyone else thinks is important. So not only in the context of my conservative country and my own beliefs, but also just in general. Now, disregarding the specific video that this was commented on, I think this rhetoric in general is very backwards, because the only reason that there is progress in the US, in the Philippines, etc. is because someone dared to speak out regardless of the hate that they were gonna get. So yeah, in the least egotistical way possible, I think there need to be more people like me. Even if their takes are insanely off, or if I disagree with them personally, or if I think they're wrong, I think there need to be more people with originality. Again, excluding fascist extremist beliefs. Thank you, goodbye. It's been all up in my tags, mentions, comments, whatever, saying like, oh, we need your opinion on the English era halata girl, like, what do you think of her, like, make a video about your opinions, blah, 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 blah. I could go on for the rest of this post talking about my opinions on what I think she did wrong and what I think she did right, but I think there would be no use, because I'm so sure that poor girl has probably heard it 1,000 times. And yes, I did stitch her video, but I purposefully didn't want to say anything bad about her, and I was trying not to make fun of her. Instead, I tried to make fun of myself. Because as someone who's been bashed by Filipino media before, y'all can be some bullies. Like, you can be, like, bullies. And I'm sure she already knows everything that she did right and wrong, and, like, I'm sure she already knows what all of you guys think about her. And I don't want to create another video quadrupling down on, like, whatever hate she's getting. Because when I was in that position, I was getting so much hate. I did not need another comment, another video talking about how terrible of a person I am, because I had already heard it 1,000 times from 1,000 different burner accounts hating on me. Like, if she did something insanely morally wrong, then I'd probably be talking about it right now and scolding her. But she literally was just cool. Like, she just wanted to be cool. She wanted to say she was English era, and her mindset was flawed. Yes, she could be annoying to some. Yes, she could be frustrating to some. Yes, condescending, whatever. But I'm sure she knows. I'm sure she knows. And I think what she did and the hate are so disproportionate from each other. Like, the hate is way too much compared to, like, what she actually did. Like, I think we forget these people online that we turn into memes and make fun of and hate on are real people. Like, they're real people with real lives, and they're probably reading and listening and watching everything that you guys are saying, and a lot of it is very terrible. Like, when I was going through this bashing and people were saying the worst things about me, like, it was not a good feeling, and I don't want to have to do that to another girl just because she made a mistake. Again, I don't agree with her mindset. I don't agree with what she said. I don't think that speaking English makes you a better person. I don't believe that. But I think the hate is so disproportionate to it. I saw her in the brightest way, looking like Anne Hathaway, laughing while she hit her pen and coughed, and coughed. And then she came up to my knees, begging, baby, would you please do the things you said you do to me, to me. Oh, won't you kiss me on the mouth and love me like a sailor? And when you get a taste, can you tell me what's my flavor? I don't believe in God, but I believe that you're my savior. My mom says that she's worried, but I'm covered in this favor. And when we're getting dirty, I forget all that is wrong. I sleep so I can see you, 'cause I hate to wait so long. I sleep so I can see you, and I hate to wait so long.
Yung tatay, no? Ang masasabi ko lamang, ang may kukwento ko ay experience ko. Kung may babalik ko lamang ang oras nung bata pang mga anak ko, nung mga 5 to 6 years old sila, that was the time na meron tayong morning show eh. Kung may babalik ko lamang ang oras, I should have spent more time with them.
Mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell para sa mga susunod na video updates. Maraming salamat po.